So as you can see, today is a carb loading day. So I have to eat today, today is first day, so 2 days before the race, and I'm always doing on first day or Friday, whenever 2 days before the race is, my carb loading day, and there I have to eat 12 grams of carb per kilogram. So I'm around 66 kilos, means I have to eat that much of carbs in grams. That's quite a lot. So I think this bowl is maybe around 150, 180 grams of carbs, maybe a bit more, but not much more. It's just porridge with some fruit and so on. But the best part of the day is actually that to get a lot of carbs in, I am allowed to eat Haribos, and quite a lot of them, or whatever sweets you want to eat, because there are a lot of carbs in there. And that's what I will do. That will be my tea time, will be just a pack full of Haribos. And yeah, I try to get the most carbs in the 3 big meals during the day, and the rest of the day just chill and prepare my bike a bit, my nutrition for the race. And later today I have to do a little 20-minute spin to check the bike, because yesterday at SWAM we changed the cranks, so I have now a wider spinal in there, which is like 5 mil wider, so 2.5 millimeters on each side, more of Q factor, and I have to check if that is actually working for me, and if not, then I have to change it back to the old one. So that's actually a day, mostly trying to lie around and do nothing.
That's right.
Muy bien, muy bien. Robert? Hi. Could you please just tell me how much energy I will need for the whole race, and how much carbs I actually have to consume per hour, and also for the whole duration of the race?
Yeah, so we developed this software a few years ago. We were still working on it. It's work in progress, but we can add Paul's physiological data. You see on the left side his body weight, his VO2 max, and his lactate building rate, and you can see the zones and how much carbs and fats he burns in each zone. And then you see here that his threshold is pretty high, but also his carbohydrate use is pretty high in this. That's normal. And what is especially impressive is his high fat max, and you see that the carbohydrate use and fat max is not that high. And when we now upload the file from last year, 1 second. That's here. then you see that the race time was close to 10 hours. Paul just told me that that's also the goal for this year. Maybe it's a little bit longer, he's a little bit stronger, but this will approximately be the race time. And the average power was around in the fat max zone. And that's why it is possible with around 120 grams carb intake per hour to make this effort work. You see here the carbohydrate use will be in a range between, let's say, 1400 and 1500 grams for the whole race. He can take up, let's say, 120 grams of carbs per hour. That's 1200 grams in total around. And the rest will come from his own glycogen stores. So I think this pacing strategy could actually work pretty well. And let's see in the race then.
Yeah, but is there any difference between like taking a gel or carbs with liquids? So like having the power carb preferred over the gel, or is it no difference at all for the body?
Well, it depends a little bit. I mean, the gel actually was developed to be taken without much fluid. The osmolality is pretty low, but you still need a lot of fluid because it probably will be hot and you will lose a lot of water and also salts. So I would always choose a combination. You still need the fluids from the power carb, but you need the energy in the combination between power carb and the gels. And I think your strategy with combining those two products is perfect. What's pretty interesting is also that the race in the beginning is pretty hectic, and then after, let's say, one third or so is more even, and it's like more steady pace. And yeah, that's probably typical for such a race. So in the beginning, the carbohydrate use is probably a little bit higher and then evens out a little bit. And I would just go 120 grams straight, and I think that's also a good number to not have stomach problems, and on the other hand, to not suppress fat metabolism too much, because if you go super high, then it's pretty likely that the fat burning metabolism is a little bit slowed down. So I think 120 grams is a good number, and I would just try to get the energy in steadily over the whole race.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. See you next time.
Good luck for the race, Paul.
Thank you. So yeah, today is like kind of like a boring day, just staying at home, did a small spin, and I prepare my food for the race. All you can see here is what I actually need to take with me. Well, I will have in the feed zone 2 AVOC hydration packs. There are 2 liter of bladders in there, so in total that's 4 liters. One I take with me at the start, and one I will have in the second feed zone. No, sorry, in the first feed zone. In the second feed zone, I will just take 2 new bottles, and then I will go towards the finish line with all the hydration pack. Then I have for the first 2 hours 2 bottles with me. First feed zone, and then the second feed zone. In each bottle, I will have 80 grams of carbs. The MON power carb heat. So the heat means especially for these like really hot conditions with like electrolyte stuff and so on. And as Robert already said, even in the gels, there's some stuff in it. And so as the race will be 10 hours, just 6 bottles is not. So as the race is 10 hours, 6 bottles with each 80 grams of carbs is not enough to get 120 grams an hour into my body. So that means the first 2 hours I have these 2 bottles, and 2 gels. In total, by the way, it's 20 gels I will take with me, or will get at the feed zones during the day. And in the hours where I can't have 80 grams of carbs in the bottle, which is like hour 3 and 4, yeah, I will take 3 of these gels per hour to get my 120 grams in. I have tried that in training quite a lot, and also in recent races I used it, and it's working really well for me. I don't get any stomach problems. Last year I wasn't able to take in 120 grams all the time. I was struggling a bit, but also back then my nutrition wasn't really that good planned. Or it was planned, but I didn't take enough care of it. But this year I trained already a lot of times with such a high carb intake, and also in the races I tried different things, and I know what is good for me now. Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, it's like eating money, huh? Like having 20 gels with you. I need, by calculation, I need 18 gels for the whole race, but I will have 2 spare gels, which are caffeine gels, with me. So at Unbound 200, it's mandatory to have your own stuff at the feed zone. So you have 2 feed zones. One is after like 4 hours, the next is after around 8 hours of racing. And there I will have the support of SRAM. So the guys who looked after my bike yesterday, Sam and Anna, will also look after me into the feed zones. I'm really grateful for that. I think I'm the only athlete in the men's race they're looking after, so it's nice to have a whole crew for yourself. Yeah, there I will just get my AVOC bladder, then also some gels, and obviously 2 new bottles. And also if I need tools, like they're able to give me new wheels, change some stuff on my bike, yeah, if there's any mechanical. Yeah, so my preparation is much better, but I have also more experience from last year. I'm also more confident, so I have a clear view on what I really want to do and how I want to have things happening. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the race and how everything pans out. But more to that tomorrow in the next episode, because then I will pick up the numbers, we'll do my pre-race ride, and we will head to Emporia, where we will stay for the night before the race, so that we don't have to drive an hour before the start. See you tomorrow.